I want to talk to you today about why I'm so goddamn disappointed in Nintendo, of all people. I was recently thinking about this. I thought, you know what, Nintendo, when they made that declaration that the $80 price tag was their price going forward for all their AAA first party releases, I thought, wow, I'm not buying a Switch 2. I don't give a fuck what they do with Zelda or Metroid or Mario, because the way I see it, they're holding my childhood icons hostage so that I have to pay $80 to get the new Zelda or to get the new Mario. That's ridiculous. I refuse to do that. $80 is an absurd price to pay for a game. But in Canada, it's even worse. Up here, it's like, it can get to like $100 a game. Sometimes we are paying $100 a game. Grand Theft Auto 6 is gonna be the $120 baseline, I bet you. If that, 110, 100% if we're lucky. That's the shitty situation that Nintendo's got us in. They held us all by the balls, and they were like, you pay us $80, or we're gonna squeeze till they pop. God damn it, Nintendo. Why it sucks so bad is because Nintendo has all these great characters, they have all these wonderful IPs, and they could be licensing them out to Xbox and PlayStation, and God forbid PC. And that would be a wonderland for us all, because then we could all have Nintendo characters on whatever you choose to play on. You wouldn't have to go buy this first party like dependent hardware that's like generations behind what we can do now just because it's mobile. This is such a bullshit situation as a gamer, a fan of these characters, because I wish I could play Mario or Zelda on my Xbox for my PC, but that's not possible in the world we live in, because Nintendo is like, no, you buy our console, you pay our price, and if you don't, then good luck ever playing these games. Be like, you'll have to emulate the hell out of them. And then Nintendo and emulation have a wonderful history, don't they? Yeah, Nintendo, the wonderful company, crushes every single emulator site that they can who tries to get their old games running, because Nintendo won't do it. And there's barely any of those games that you can find on the eShop that they're trying to keep to deriving on emulation. But Nintendo doesn't care about that, or game preservation. So, pay the $80 if you want to pay your old games. If you want to play your old games, pay the $80. God damn it, Nintendo, seriously. So this is what I can foresee coming as a gamer, just in general. When the CEO at Ubisoft said that, we don't own our games anymore, until we get what you meant, and that's that, we own, a license to play a game for Cabaret Great Thought. That's what he was basically saying. And if you look at it, that's probably where it's going, is that you're not gonna, buy a game in the future and own it, because that was probably never the case. The actuality will be you'll buy a license to access a game, and then your accessible license to that game will be revocable at a given point should the servers eventually go down and you lose access to that game and everything you potentially earned or purchased within it. That's the reality that we're looking at. That's the world that Nintendo probably wants. Nintendo probably wants it so that when you boot up your Switch, if you didn't pay your account fee, you probably couldn't access your games. That's how they want to structure it, is that if you don't have your account paid for and you don't pay for your membership, you won't be able to access the games you purchased. That's where they want to go with this. That's the dystopian world that gaming is looking at. So I really like Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and I think the reason why I like it is because it's a fun stealth action game that has a really high depth of gameplay, even if the world isn't the most interesting. Wildlands have that world, but gameplay can break this top notch. Now here's the hard thing about going through Ghost Recon Breakpoint right now, and that's just knowing that one day I'm just not gonna be able to play it. As in, even if it's promoted by a sequel, but if it's 10 years down the line and I want to play Ghost Recon Breakpoint, if I log into Ubisoft servers and they're oh, we took Ghost Recon Breakpoint offline, you can no longer play it. It's defunct. It's like, well, okay, what all that money I spent to get it the first time, and what about all the money I spent on cosmetics in the game? Like, what does that just disappear? Does that just evaporate? Can I get a refund? No, of course not. No, it's just you just lose it. It's like, oh, okay, Death Tool. So all this time under the same as name is gonna be lost. That's fantastic. Thanks to myself. I get so tired of this exclusivity and constant offloading of responsibility onto the consumer to maintain the preservation of games. Like, wow, I think my PS4 is now kind of a holy relic just because it has Bloodborne on its hard drive. But I'm pretty confident that one day Sony might take that shit off the store. And then the only way you'll be able to get it is a physical copy. Because what do? They'll charge you the same price on a re-release. They'll charge you $80 to play Bloodborne again. We all know it's coming. We all know it's far more likely that instead of Bloodborne 2, we're going to get Bloodborne 1 again. And yes, it will be re-released. Yes, it will be 60 frames per second. Yes, we might even get it on PC. But we all know it's going to be $80 to $90 to $100. Ugh.